Your FortiMail unit can operate in one of two HA modes, active passive and config only. This video focuses on an active passive configuration. Before beginning, make sure to register all of your FortiMail units in your HA group on the FortiMail technical support website. Make sure to physically connect the FortiMail units to the HA cluster. One of the network interfaces must be used for heartbeat and synchronization traffic between members of a cluster. You should directly, or through a switch, connect both the primary and secondary heartbeat interface. So the first thing we'll want to do is configure HA. Go to System, High Availability, Configuration. In the HA mode drop-down menu, select Primary if the FortiMail unit is the primary unit in the active passive group, or Secondary if it's the secondary unit. We'll select Primary for this example. For on failure, let's select Wait for Recover and Restore Original Role. Next, we will enter an HA password. Keep in mind you have to use the same password for both the primary and secondary units. Now expand the Advanced Options tab. Unless your HA cluster stores as mail data on a NAS server, you should configure the HA cluster to synchronize mail directories. We'll also want to enable synchronized MTA queue directory. Keep in mind this can impact the unit's performance because the periodic synchronization is processor and bandwidth intensive, but it's a good safety precaution in case of failure. We'll leave both the HA base port value and heartbeat threshold at their default values. If you decide to change the default number, make sure the failure detection time isn't too short or the secondary unit may falsely detect a failure during periods of high load. Now enable the remote server as heartbeat and select Apply. HA service monitoring settings are not synchronized and must be configured separately on each primary and secondary unit. With remote service monitoring, the secondary unit confirms the connection to the primary unit over the network. If it detects a failure, the effective HA operating mode of the primary unit switches to off or failed depending on the previous settings we previously selected. The FortiMail unit then sends an HA event alert email. Once the failover occurs, the effective HA operating mode of the secondary unit switches to the primary unit. To configure service monitoring, select the row in the table and then select Edit. Select Enable and then enter a peer IP address, the port number of the peer SMTP service, and then the timeout period of one connection test, and the frequency of those tests. Your FortiMail unit will now operate in active passive HA mode. Thanks for watching and have a great day.